Okay, today we're going to take a look at how to unjam a slot machine, specifically a Watling Rol-A-Top. Here we've got a diamond bell Rol-A-Top which is jammed. If you try to play it, the handle locks up, and if you have an antique slot machine, it's not a matter of if it will jam, it's a matter of when. Fortunately, they don't jam that often, but since they are mechanical machines, they will jam periodically. The good news is usually the jams are very easy to fix. The most important thing to realize is don't force anything. If the machine jams, don't try to pull the handle down or force it down, because there's a good chance you're going to break or damage something. So, having said that, we will take a look at the mechanism and try and unjam this. The vast majority of times the jams are in the escalator, which is this guy right here. That's where the coins fall in, that's where they rotate around, and whether it's a Rol-A-Top or a Mills, War Eagle, most of the jams occur in the escalator. So let's take a look at it and see if we can unjam this baby. I've already removed the back door. So after the back door is removed, the first thing we need to do is pull off the bonnet. The bonnet is held on by these two clips here. So you just lift that one up, you grab them like this, and then just pull it back like that, and now you've got the bonnet off. So the first thing you want to look at is to see if there's anything obvious that's binding. And usually it's not obvious. So what you can do is just take your fingers, and you got to be a little careful because there's springs things are spring loaded here, and when you do free something up, it may spring back on you. But this should rotate freely, and I can tell that it's not. So there's definitely a bind going on, and that's where it was, right here. This is in the check detector lever, and it was binding up against the nickel. As soon as I pulled this lever back, freed everything up. So we should be able to go ahead and cycle the mechanism now. So that's all there was to it, to unjamming this particular machine at this time. So what I'll do now is I'll zoom in and point out the areas that you should look at, and then we'll also pull the mechanism out. So here's a close-up of the escalator, and when it's not jammed, these pieces should move freely. Takes with very little effort. This lever here is the check detector lever, and this is the one that got jammed up. It was binding with the coin, and so as soon as I pulled this back, that's when it released the bind and everything released itself, and that's all there was to unjam this particular problem. Again, 90% of the time, fixing the jam is that simple. It's just a matter of taking your fingers and finding out where the jam is, and then maybe taking a small screwdriver and working the nickel or the quarter that's causing the jam, or in this case, pulling releasing the lever, pulling the lever out. Another problem that happens on all machines is this pin right here. This is a coin detector lever, and when you pull the handle, that pin goes forward, and if it detects a coin, it will release. It will prevent this lever from going forward, and then the mechanism can be cycled. Now, this rod is held in with this screw right here. If this screw becomes loose, or if this pin gets moved back even 1/8 of an inch, then it will allow this bar to travel too far forward, and even though there's a coin in the mechanism, it won't detect it. So sometimes all you need to do is take a screwdriver, loosen the screw up, take this rod and push it forward about a quarter of an inch or so, and that'll fix the problem. I can't tell you how many Mills machines I've fixed when they said they weren't working, they weren't detecting coin, and the problem was this this pin was not seated properly. They do move from time to time. So that's pretty much it. So now what we'll do is we'll pull the mechanism out of the cabinet, and I can zoom in on different parts of the mechanism that you can focus on to get a little bit more idea of how it works and to unjam it in case the jam is down below. Okay, to pull the mechanism, a Rol-A-Top mechanism out of the case is very easy. There are just two bars that hold it into place. There's one right here, and so you just swing it up out of position, and one over on the other side. Once you've done that, the whole mechanism will just slide out very easily. So all you do is you take your right hand and grab this main operating fork here, and your left hand on this handle. This handle here is designed to support the weight of the mechanism. Put your thumb on this bar right here, and then just kind of lift up and pull back. If the mechanism won't pull back, sometimes you can take a screwdriver and just lift it up like that. Once you've done that, just pull it straight out. And the mechanism is now out of the case, and now you can look at the mechanism in more detail.